My last video really shed light on how little I know about record collecting, but I think I have at least some more credibility to speak about CDs because I have a few more. Obviously, CDs have been around longer than me, longer than my life, yet my family is one of those families who still have drawers and drawers worth of CDs, and some of the ones that they loved even before I was alive, I've literally put into my collection and claimed them as my own because of how much I love them. Obviously, before I got a record player, I used to obviously collect CDs. We would have them in the car. I have a CD player of my own, but now none of our cars have any sort of CD player. It's all on Bluetooth. And as someone who doesn't even have Spotify Premium, my collection of CDs really hasn't paid off for the long run. It seems like the world has moved on and just forgot about CDs. That's the only reason why I kind of have to start being more avid. If I want to collect physical media, be more into collecting records, because CDs, artists don't really put enough merchandise, enough effort into sort of CDs. All of these exclusives and, you know, buy this and you get a pre-sale code. It's all to do with collecting like records. The records come with special poster, the special extra song on side B. It's like, I feel bad for CDs and how many I have and how long I collected them before switching. But you know what? I low-key love how cute, compact, easy they are to bring. They are more transportable, which is probably the appeal of them. I would always bring them on road trips and bring my favorite CDs for the road, but now I can't really do that, and so they are kind of dissipating in stores in general, and I don't collect any of them anymore. But I still have fairly recent albums. My newest one probably being from a couple of years ago that I bought. But since then I haven't collected anymore. So let's get into my collection. I'll unpack my reasoning, anything about them that was special, intricate when buying them, and yeah. As for the artists that I have the most CDs of in my collection, obviously Taylor Swift. I don't have all of her albums, which is kind of a bit embarrassing. I have some of my favorites. And I have some that had special CD releases that I wanted to get. And yeah, so in artist music chronological but not release chronological, I have Fearless, Taylor's version. Some of these are low-key dusty, like it's actually sad. I haven't played any of these in so long. Some of those, I'm looking at the albums, I'm like, oh my god, I really need to play these. It's bad. But Fearless, Taylor's version, I love just how many songs are on the album. It's compact, having it in one CD. Oh wait, is it even one CD? Oh no, it is 2 within the jewel case, which is cute. But yeah, beautiful album. Next, obviously, Speak Now, Taylor's version, another great album. This one looks a bit newer. I feel like this is one of the more recent CDs I bought, and that is another beautiful, great album. Next, of course, Red, Taylor's version, probably one of my favorite Taylor Swift albums of all time. Just the revitalization with Red, Taylor's version, I fell so much more in love with the album. It is such a good album. Like, I literally can't even enough. It is something that you can always revisit. And timeless, I feel like. Then I have both 1989 and 1989 Taylor's version. This is the only one I have on vinyl also. But of course I have the OG, and then this is one of the special covers, because in some of the newer re-records or newer album releases there was like a special exclusive CD cover, so I had to get that, and it's such a cute picture. Then, as I always say, my favorite Taylor Swift album is Reputation. Pretty basic. I went to the Reputation tour. It's just such a goated freaking album. This looks very, not actually, it's in good condition, but I do have the poster somewhere. I don't know if it's still this album, but it is like blue tack stained about how much I put it up on my wall. I just love it. That's the thing, some of them do come with posters. It's just more of a rarity. And then I don't like how, I'll get into it later, but how the poster can also be part of the album cover. I hate that. The next I have Lover. I was about to say Lover Taylor's version, but I'm not a freaking noob like that. I also just love how beautiful the CD of Lover is. Like, that is just so perfect. That's one of the things, like sometimes they do nice special things with CDs, but sometimes it's just basic and I'm like, bro, why did I even buy this? Then the sister albums, Folklore, Evermore. These are just like such CD like classics. Like these are ones that I have probably brought on so many different road trips. It's just like so nostalgic to me, even though how long ago were these released? Not that even long ago, but these are probably some of my most used CDs. So beautiful. I love. Next, I have Midnight. Again, this is one of the other special covers because she had, you can do the clock with the vinyls. There was like a clock and you had them like pinned up in little frames you could have on your wall, but then they also had it with the CDs. But did I collect the rest of the CDs? I didn't, because I'm not really a CD collector. I'm more collecting the albums I want, not like multiple variants of them. But still, I love this, and I love, of course, it being like special on the inside, kind of like it is its own vinyl. Then I have the Albatross version of A Tortured Poets Department. Our Tortured Poets Department? The Tortured Poets Department. Which I love. The Albatross is one of my favorite like extra songs. I didn't get the anthology one version of the CD. I think this was before they'd even released it, but still so cute. Now onto another artist. I have a few of their CDs. I have Lana Del Rey, Born to Die, another beautiful CD classic. Again, like the CD isn't giving anything, but it's still cute. It's still iconic. Then I have one of my favorites. I'm literally just wiping off the dust as I go. Ultraviolence, so good. This is also one of my more recent CD purchases because I feel like this looks really new. So beautiful. I love it. Then one of the greatest albums of all time, you gotta have on the CD, NFR. So freaking good. Like, I need this on vinyl. It is, if you aren't a fan of this album, I don't understand you. It is so perfect. I literally keep saying the same sort of adjectives and like compliments each time, but I mean it this time. So beautiful. Then a surprising one that I actually love, Blue Banisters. I literally love this album. There is nothing I loved. When I saw that there was going to be Thunder, one of her unreleased, on the album, I was literally freaking out. It was one of my favorite songs. I remember analyzing it in like one of my first years of high school. I was like, yeah, this is a song, but it's unreleased, and like using it for my music class. And then when they came out, I was freaking out. I love this album. And last but not least, this is what I was talking about. This is, did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? But the front cover is sort of a poster, which I don't love because I love the poster, but I don't want to take out this front cover in order to have a poster up on my wall, if you know what I mean. Next, I have two Justin Bieber albums, both pretty different. I have My Older Collection and Purpose, one of my favorite albums of all time. This is probably one of the first CDs I officially like started collecting or bought. It's just that good, that timeless. If I were to ever get a tattoo, I would get it of like the Purpose font right there. Like, it's just so perfect. Next, one of the albums I had to buy as part of to get like a pre-sale code for a tour was Maisie Peters' The Good Witch. This is our first one in a paper style. I'm not sure what they call these. I know the other one's a jewel case. They kind of packaged these ones kind of like a vinyl where they have, you know, the booklet on the one side and then the CD kind of on the other, which I don't really feel like protects the CD. I'm not really that big of a fan of a jewel case either, to be honest. I guess they are more classic and standard, but I feel like I hate when they like crack. I've had a few crack, and so I kind of understand the appeal of either of these. Maybe these are more, of course, environmentally conscious, but I don't think they do well for the CDs. But another great album. Again, I have the same sort of thing for Billie Eilish. I have When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Another one I collected, and I need to show you, like, I just love the CD inside being like the neon green Billie Eilish hair and like outfit color from like 2019, as well as Happier Than Ever. This one's sort of like a matte finish, whereas this one's like sort of textured. I don't know if you can tell, but I do love this album. But it's just, these ones feel like they get more damaged easier. They're a bit more flimsy and they don't sit as well with the rest of the CDs in the collection. Same sort of thing I have for Harry Styles. I have Harry Styles' The Debut. Still to this day, I would say it's my favorite Harry Styles album. I was re-listening to some of the songs this morning and I was like, it is just the best. Then one of the albums that got me into collecting, Fine Line. And of course, Harry's House. I don't have any albums like any newer than like 2023. So I don't have the new Billie Eilish, I don't have the new Harry Styles. And it's just because I've stopped collecting. But I still love these. Like, I just want to be able to display my CDs someday, somehow. Because I do have so many that I still cherish. Speaking of Harry Styles, I also have One Direction. I have Made in the AM. I also, of course, have Sour and Guts. I know there was a version of Sour CD that also had a poster, but of course it was the front cover that you had to take out in order to have the poster. Some more miscellaneous CDs I have. This is one from my family's collection, but do you know what? I freaking love it. It has the most coolest inside. It is the Britney Spears My Prerogative Greatest Hits. Like, it speaks for itself how cool this is. Then I have K through 12 on CD, one that I need to get on vinyl. Another cute little CD. And another one that I had to buy in order to get a pre-sale code for the tour was Portals. I remember they sent it to me like a day before the album came out, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if that was a mistake or not, but like nowadays pretty much everyone gets them like a day before the album comes out. You'll kind of tell what type of music I like just based on this next one. I don't listen to it that much anymore. I actually listened to it recently for the first time in many years, because I try not to be like that anymore, but I have Mitski be the cowboy. Yet sometimes it's just too sad. Sometimes it's just too real that I can't listen to it anymore. Okay, now we're kind of getting a bit more miscellaneous. I have Ariana Grande, Sweetener. I love this record. There is one that I am so underrated. I always love Blazed featuring Pharrell Williams. I don't know why, but it's such a good song. And I think this was the first album that I officially collected. Katy Perry Prism. I don't even know half the songs on here, but now of course the TikTok trending Legendary Lovers. But of course songs like Raw and Birthday and Dark Horse. I have a few that I bought off my friend when she was having a garage sale, one of which being Post Bjork. I do love this album. I haven't revisited it in a while, but it is such like a defining sound of that time period, and she just creates the best music. I love that recent one with Rosalia. From that same friend, I got Tango in the Night, Fleetwood Mac. I don't even know if I've ever played this one, because I surely only got it a few years ago, but also so cool. Oh my god, I'm literally getting like dust mites from like how much dust is with these CDs. Then one of my friends bought me The Smiths' Hateful of Hollow, which I love. So many great songs, but I also took from my parents the best of The Smiths. Then for my friend's sale, I also got this Jeff Buckley, which I used to love. I'm not as big into Jeff Buckley. I'm trying to stay for more positive music. More miscellaneous. My favorite album, actually my favorite CD of all time, my childhood CD, The Monkees' The Greatest Hits. I think I might have talked about this in another video about how I have a poster of the Monkees. Actually, yes, I feel like in my concert video, poster from the Monkees tour. Oh my god, there is like blue tack on this. Then one of my favorite bands, groups of all time, Blur, Best of Blur. This is the album that I queued up on Spotify the other day, played top to bottom on my car ride alone. ABBA Gold, another greatest hits album. I guess we do have a lot of greatest hits. I guess it makes sense. Now this is my soundtracks. As I love my movies and my shows, of course I love soundtracks just as much. First I'll start off with one from my family's collection, The OC. I think this is just season 1. The OC Mix 1. Iconic show. You need the CD. You need the theme song on CD. Then I got the music of Twin Peaks. I don't really know on what occasion it would be appropriate to put in a CD of the Twin Peaks soundtrack. I don't know what sort of mood that would curate, but iconic, like, you can't go wrong. Then as a bit of annoying, musical theatre Kid I Am, Grease, High School Musical 1, High School Musical 3, I was gonna say 2. The best High School Musical 1, I don't even have that on CD. 3 more from my family's collection that I stole. the Romeo and Michelle High School Reunion soundtrack. This is one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. I literally stand by it. It makes me sick to think how good this soundtrack is. Every song is a banger. If you haven't watched the movie, if you haven't heard it, there is nothing like this soundtrack. Next, the Chicago soundtrack. Chicago the movie. Again, I love it. I remember when I was younger, my mom would play this in the car. I was like, the heck are these people talking about? But now that I love the musical, I know. And third, the Moulin Rouge movie soundtrack. I had a phase where I was obsessed with it. I remember I would watch nothing but Ewan McGregor movies, and I was obsessed with Moulin Rouge. I haven't played the music in a long time, but I might need to revisit. And the final two was bought for me as a gift. The Greatest Showman Reimagined. I don't know why they would do The Greatest Showman Reimagined when it is just as good in the movie. I don't need everyone to re-perform all the songs and make them sound a little bit different, but it's okay. They are bangers, so I understand. And of course, what is a video complete without a West Side Story? This is the West Side Story 2021, I'm gonna say, movie soundtrack, which I do really love. So that's why I have this version on CD. And that's all for my collection. That's crazy to think how many CDs I have. I have so many. I put so much time and money into CDs, and now I'm onto vinyls, and now I'm onto records. I just feel like there's no reward in collecting CDs anymore. I know that collecting things shouldn't have like a reward, but like there isn't really a CD fandom. There's so much fandom connected to collecting records, whereas CDs don't really get that same exposure. You know, there's all these exclusives, there's all these events and different things for purchasing the vinyl, whereas CDs, there's not really that much of that. It's kind of more of a nostalgia for the early 2000s sort of thing if you were to collect CDs, whereas records are more, not timeless, but a further away nostalgia that people search for if they want to collect them. But thank you for tuning in for this video. Let me know if there's anything that I should do with my CDs. There isn't really anywhere to put them, so I kind of just have them in a basket, in a drawer. Yet I feel like if I get out and be able to play some of my records more, I should be able to put on my CDs. Because there is something special about putting on a CD. There is something special about putting on any type of physical form media, rather than just queuing it up on your phone or queuing it up on your laptop. But I wonder if there really is a future for CDs. They are really going like extinct, you should say. I don't really know if there's a purpose for collecting them anymore. There's not really nostalgia around them. So I wonder if that'll come back, maybe in some sort of way, and maybe all my collecting isn't for nothing. But thank you guys again so much for watching. Bye!